Alright, let's get right into it. Shalom, let me see. Hope everything's going right here. Alright, give me a minute. This ain't going to okay, we alright. Alright, give me a minute. Alright, we're going to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Shema Shah. Double honors to apostle, brothers, and elders, the great millstone. Should have won to the home for the elect. Shalom. So we're going to get right into the lesson. Get right into the lesson. I think I just messed up, but better get this back. Hold on for a minute. Alright, let's get right to it. My phone got difficult problems to it. It's alright.
And we're seeing an uptick everywhere. Russia is once again warning that America will face a judgment day. NATO will see nuclear destruction because of the events that are taking place in and around the current war and conflict zone. Russia's Medvedev says that any attack on Crimea will ignite a judgment day response. The refusal of the opposition and Western powers to recognize Moscow's control of this region poses a systemic threat for all of Russia, and any attack on this region will prompt a judgment day response, former President Dmitry Medvedev said just yesterday, detailing what will happen as NATO and the United States of America continue to pose a military threat to Russia, that they will nuke the United States of America, nuke Russia. They've threatened to nuke the UK. They have threatened to nuke their current conflict zone. We're just seeing this world war play out in unbelievable ways. Medvedev says that Russia annexed this peninsula in 2014. In the event of an attack on this area, Medvedev was quoted by TASS as saying, "Judgment Day will come very fast and very hard. It will be very difficult to hide." He did not elaborate, but had previously warned of the attempts of trying to punish a nuclear power such as Russia over their sovereign or considered sanctuary military actions. His comments were aired after the opposition official suggested that that region, which most of the world still recognizes as part of the opposition's area, could be a target for U.S.-made HIMARS missiles recently deployed by the opposition as America gave them to them. Earlier on Sunday, Interfax reported Medvedev as telling World War II veterans, if any other state, be it their current opposition or NATO countries, believes that this region of Crimea is not Russian, then this is a systemic threat for us. This is a direct and explicit threat, given what has happened in this area, said Medvedev, who now serves as the deputy chairman of the Russian Security Council. Now, we're working hard here every day to bring you open source intelligence, things that can be quickly gathered and disseminated to our community at least 24 to 48 hours before you start to see it on mainstream outlets. So that's what we're looking for here, the information that you can get, make actionable decisions on, learn how to prepare for your family. We're giving tips and information in almost every video in how to get ready, things that some people aren't thinking about yet. And then you see the actionable information and you can have your own call to action that says, okay, I definitely need to take heed of this advice and do something about it. So, Vadim Skibitsky says he's an official of the opposition military. He was asked on Saturday in a televised interview on whether these missile systems could be used against this region. He said that Russia has carried out their own strikes on the opposition territory in the Black Sea, and so they were justified targets. We're starting to see now politically driven and motivated pieces of information approving of NATO or the United States war with Russia. These pieces are meant to draw in citizen backing and are becoming common, including this following piece that writes, it's time to wake up and smell the cordite. Like shock waves from an exploding missile, Vladimir Putin's war on Europe is rapidly rolling westward, blasting its way through the front doors of homes, businesses, and workplaces. Remember, these are not my opinions. I'm reading to you information that is being used to gather citizen sentiment and backing for a world war. It goes on to say, from Berlin to Birmingham, its fallout seeds a toxic rain of instability, hardship, and fear. By weaponizing energy, weaponizing food, weaponizing refugees and information, Russia spreads the economic and political pain, creating wartime conditions for everyone. A long, cold, calamity-filled European winter of power shortages and turmoil looms. And like a coin-fed gas meter, it continues, the price of Western leaders' timidity and short-sightedness ticks upward by the hour. As previously argued here, direct, targeted, forceful Western actions to repulse Russia's repulsive horde is not a vote for a third world war. It is, the writer writes, the only feasible way to bring this escalating horror to a swift conclusion while ensuring Putin and those who might emulate him do not profit from lawless butchery. So you can sort of see the emotion grabbing and the sentiment grabbing, information that is being delivered to the general population.
So you see here the time that we in. Let's move on. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 1. Messed up. Jeremiah 50, verse 1. It said, prophesy against Babylon. The word that the Lord spoke against Babylon and against the land of Chaldean by the Jeremiah the prophet. Declare you among the nation and publish and set up a standard of publish and conceal not, saying Babylon is taken, beat, Babel is confounded. My dear is broken to pieces, for her items are confounded. Her image are broken in pieces. For out of the north there came out of a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate. And the noise, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove thy, it shall remove thy, and shall depart both man and beast. Right, both man and beast. Let me see what. Let's read it again. Jeremiah 50, verse 3. For out of the north there came up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, thy shall depart, both man and beast. What else? Let me see. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of Chaldean, and be as the ghost before the flock. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. For thou shalt be taken, thy arrow shall be as of a mighty assembly. Man, none shall return in vain. Right, none shall return in vain. Jeremiah 50, verse let's go to Jeremiah 50, verse 13. Let's go right to the point. Because of the wrath of the Lord, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be well desolate. Even everyone that goes by Babylon shall astonish and hiss at all her plays. Right, all her plays. Look at that word up. Man. messed up. Once we get again, Jeremiah 50 verse 13. Hold on, let's share. No, let's go to verse 13. Yeah. We get again, Jeremiah 50 verse 13. What it say?
Holy.
Yeah, I know I was wrong. Jeremiah 50 verse 13 again. It say, because of the wrath of the Lord, it should not be inhabited, but it should be holy, desolate. Everyone that goes by Babylon should be astonished and hissed at all her plagues. Put yourself in array against Babylon around about, and all that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrow, for she has sinned against the Lord. Right? She has sinned against the Lord. Verse 15. Let me see, should I read this? No, let's move on. Nope. Let me see. Do I got something? Oh, it's 29. Yeah. Jeremiah 50 verse 29. Call together the arcs against Babylon. All you that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her works, according to all that she have done unto her, for she had been proud against the Lord, against the Holy One of Israel. Right? The Holy One against Israel. Verse Jeremiah 50 verse 29. Call together the arch against Babylon, all you that bend the bow, camp against her, the camp against it around about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her works, according to all that she have done do unto her, for she had been proud against the Lord, Yahweh Shemel, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore should her young man fall in the street, in dust streets, and her men of war should be cut off in that day, said the Lord. Behold, I'm against thee, O thou most proud, said the Lord, power of hosts. For thy day is coming, the time that I will visit thee. Right, I will visit thee. Verse 32, the most proud shall stumble and fall, none shall raise him up. And when I kindle a fire in the city, and it shall devour all around about him. That was it on that one. Let's go to Jeremiah 51, verse 1. Jeremiah 51 verse 1. Thou said the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon, against them that dwell in the midst of thee, that I will raise against me a destroying wind. Right, destroying wind. Jeremiah 51 verse 2. And I was sent unto Babylon, fan that she had, like a man reading. Jeremiah 51 verse 2. And I was sent unto Babylon, fan that she fan her, and should empty her land, for in the day of trouble they should be together, they should be against her round about. Jeremiah 51 verse 2 again. I was sent unto Babylon, fans that she fan her, and should empty her land, for in the day of trouble they should be against her round about. Jeremiah verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon, and deliver every man his soul, be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of the Lord vengeance, he will render unto her a recompense. Verse 7, Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, to make all the earth drunk. The nations have drunk of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Right, the nations are mad. Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen. Restore holler for her, take length for her pain is so, but she may be healed. Who would not heal Babylon? For she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go, everyone, into his own country. For her judgment is reached unto heaven, and lift up even to the sky. Right, even to the sky. go to let me see, check it. Joel. No, I'm messing up. Joel chapter 1 verse 15. Joel chapter 1 verse 15. It said, "Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand, and destruction from the Almighty shall it come." Right, from destruction. No, yes, let me see. No, as destruction from the Almighty shall it come. Joel chapter 2 verse 1. It said, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord come forth is not at hand. A day of darkness and gloomy, a day of cloud and thick darkness, and the morning spread upon the mountain, and great peoples and strong that have not been, even they are like another, should be any more after, even to the year of many generations. A fire divided before them, and behold, behind them a flame burning. The land is a garden, is as the garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yet none shall escape them." Joel chapter 2 verse 10. "The earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble. The sun and the moon shall be darkness, and the stars shall withdraw thy sign." The sun, no, to withdraw the sun, yeah. Joel 2 verse 11. "And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong to execute his word before the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it?" Right, who can abide it? Let me see it again. Joel 2 verse 11 again. "And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that execute his words. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can abide it?" Right, who can abide it? Joel chapter 3 verse 1. Joel chapter 3 verse 9. No, it's no. Yeah, verse 11. "Assemble yourself and come you." No, "Assemble yourself and come all you heathens, and gather yourself together round about." Yeah, "gather yourself together round about. Then cause the mighty one to come down, O Lord. Let the heathens be weak and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, for there was set to judge all the heathens round about." What's going on, my Joel 3 verse 14. "Multitudes of multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision." Right, valley of decision. "The sun and the moon shall be darkness, and the stars shall withdraw thy shine." What else? Oops. Got a couple more. Zephaniah. I want to get that to hold on, give me a minute. Oh yeah, 2 Peter. Nope, that's the one. Yeah, Jeremiah 49 verse 17. Yeah, Jeremiah chapter 49 verse 17. "Behold, it shall come." Jeremiah 49 verse 17. He said, "Oh, Edom, and everyone that goes by it shall be astonished at all the plagues thereof. And as I overthrow of Solomon and Gomorrah and the neighbor city thereof, the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a man dwell in it, though he shall come like a lion for Jordan against the having of the strong, but I will suddenly make him run away from her, who is his chosen man, that I may pity, for he is like me, who is appointed me the time, and who is that shepherd that I would stand before me. Therefore, hear the counsel he had taken against him, and his purpose that he had purposed against the habit of teeming. Surely, least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make the habit desolate with them. The earth is moving at the north of the fall, at the cry north thereof was heard in the Red Sea. Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and wing over bosom, and all that day shall they hear, the heart of the mighty man of Edom be as the heart of a woman, and the plan of a woman. Let's read that again, Jeremiah 49, verse 22. Behold, he shall come up flying as the eagle, and spread his wing over bosom, and all that day shall the heart of the mighty man of Edom be as the heart of a woman, and her pain. Man. Let's go to Amos. Amos 5 and 18. Amos 5 and 4, it said, For thou said the Lord, Yahweh unto the house of Israel, seek me, and you shall live. We get again Amos 5 and 4. For thou said the Lord unto the house of Israel, seek me, and you shall live. Right. Shall live. Amos 5 and 18, it say, Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what ends for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. Right? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. All right. All right. Let's go right into it. 2 Peter. Yeah, let's go to see. Let's go to 2 Peter 3 verse 7. But the heaven and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto the fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly man. Verse 9. But the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slacking, but is long suffering to usward, not willing that any should perish, but that all should come to repentance. Right. But that all should come to repentance. Verse 10. But the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night, in which the heaven shall pass away with a great noise, and elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. Right. Shall be burned up. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 17. And I will bring stress upon man, they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, and their blood should be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung. Verse 18. Never their silver nor their gold should be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land should be devoured by fire of his jealousy, for he should make even a speedy render of all them that dwell in the land. We get again Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 18. Never their silver nor their gold should be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy render of them that dwell in the land. What else I got? I got a couple. Let's go to Luke. Verse 35. I was gonna go 34. It said, and take heed to yourself, and any time your heart be overcharged with surfeit and drinking, and carrying of this life, so the day come upon you unaware, for as a snare should come on all that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch you therefore, and pray always, that you may be counted worthy to escape all those things should come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man. Let's go to Revelation. Verse 7. Now 1 verse 3. Bless he that read it, and that hear the word of this prophet, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at hand. Right? For the time is at hand. Revelation chapter 18, verse 8. Babylon is fallen. Revelation 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for the strong is the Lord who judges, the Lord power who judges her. Read again, Revelation 18, verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for the strong is the Lord power who judges her. And the king of the earth who committed fornication and lived deliciousness with her should bewail her and lament for her, when she shall see the smoke of her burning, stand afar off, for the fear of a torment, say, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is her judgment come. Right, 1 hour. Chapter 18, verse 10 again. Stand afar off, for the fear of her torment, say, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come.
Russia is once again warning that America will face a judgment day. NATO will see nuclear destruction because of the events that are taking place in and around the current war and conflict zone. Russia's Medvedev says that any attack on Crimea will ignite a Judgment Day response. The refusal of the opposition and Western powers to recognize Moscow's control of this region poses a systemic threat for all of Russia, and any attack on this region will prompt a Judgment Day response, former President Dmitry Medvedev said just yesterday, detailing what will happen as NATO and the United States of America continue to pose a military threat to Russia, that they will nuke the United States of America, nuke Russia. They've threatened to nuke the UK. They have threatened to nuke their current conflict zone. We're just seeing this world war play out in unbelievable ways. Medvedev says that Russia annexed this peninsula in 2014. In the event of an attack on this area, Medvedev was quoted by TASS as saying, Judgment Day will come very fast and very hard. It will be very difficult to hide. He did not elaborate but had previously warned of the attempts of trying to punish a nuclear power such as Russia over their sovereign or considered sanctuary military actions. His comments were aired after the opposition official suggested that that region, which most of the world still recognizes as part of the opposition's area, could be a target for U.S.-made HIMARS missiles recently deployed by the opposition.
So you see here, man, it said Judgment Day Russia will clean the earth, nuclear war on the way. So, hey, discerning the signs of the time. I get later. Close it out right there. So, I'm going to give all the glory to by Shema Shah, double honor to the apostle brothers and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hope for the elect. Shalom.